Right, I'm now here for my Naoya Inoue versus David Picasso fight prediction and breakdown. Let's get right into it then. So, I do believe that Naoya Inoue is going to win a decision against David Picasso. It's not going to be simple. I think, yeah, it does go the full 12 rounds. I think Picasso is good. He is durable. And I think can definitely offer something in this fight to Naoya Inoue. It's interesting, in my opinion. I think Inoue is going to be a convincing unanimous decision winner, but he is going to have to dig deep at times in order to be able to fully seal this victory. I don't think Inoue gets dropped. I reckon there's a chance Inoue drops Picasso late on, rounds 10, 11, something like that, but Picasso will be able to recover from it. But I feel like Picasso is going to be a difficult guy for Inoue to fully break down. It's going to take him time to do so, but he will get to him and he will knock him down. But I think Picasso will get up and be able to fight to the final bell. But this could be very interesting. You can't ever back against Naoya Inoue. I'm very confident that he wins this fight. But I made a video on it yesterday. There are ways for Picasso to win. I think it's going to be a very interesting start to the fight because I think both guys are going to come and look to measure the distance. I see Inoue trying to fight a bit at range, trying to possibly get the fight at mid-range, and I feel like Picasso's going to come out with a long lead hand. He's got the height and reach advantage over Naoya Inoue in this fight, and I feel like it's something which he's got to use. And Picasso's good on the inside, but he is also very good at range. He has got some very good, solid, straight shots, which he does use pretty well, and he's accurate with them. And he is a very good volume puncher and could keep Inoue thinking early. I feel like that's when Picasso is going to be at his very strongest early on. But again, Inoue is very hard to get to. But early on, we saw Neri drop Inoue early. We saw Cardenas get to Inoue early, the two times he's been dropped. But so I feel like that does show something that Inoue takes his time to get into fights. That's the big thing. So I feel like Picasso's really going to look and favor this fight for himself very early on, and he's going to be looking for something, but he can't afford to look for just that one big shot. But I think Inoue, he's going to know, and he's going to have to adjust to Picasso because Picasso is going to come in and he is going to be throwing a lot to really try and keep Inoue off his guard. And it's going to be loads of different kind of shots as well. There'll be variety to it. You look at Cardenas, he was just looking for that one big shot. You look at Neri, was looking for that one big shot. I feel like Picasso, again, I don't think he'll do anything overly special and nothing that Inoue hasn't seen before, but I just feel like there'll be more variety because of the volume that David Picasso will bring. He's going to bring more volume than a lot of guys that Inoue has fought before. But again, he does need to be wary of counters because that's the best thing in Inoue's game is his counters. And he's very, very, very dangerous if he can catch you right down the pipe. So that could be interesting if he is throwing a lot, and Inoue could use that in his own favor to really, try and eventually get his timing on David Picasso. So David Picasso might come in, he might take that first round, he might take that second round, then eventually in the third round, it could be Naoya Inoue getting his timing a bit more right on David Picasso. But he could be difficult to time because he does move well when he is in your face. But again, he is going to have to use his range here. But Inoue is excellent at being able to control the range. But I do feel like there's a good chance that we see Inoue want to try and get on the inside, get it mid-range, and that's where he's going to want this fight. Because Picasso isn't going to be able to outslug Inoue on the inside. As much as a lot of, fighting on the inside is David Picasso's game, it's not just his game, though. I feel like he's more well-rounded than I think people give him credit for. He's not one-dimensional like a lot of these Mexicans are. So I feel like he needs more credit on that. I feel like a lot of people are predicting Picasso just to come and be one-dimensional and very predictable for Inoue. I feel like Picasso is more than that coming into this fight. I feel like he's a very unique opponent for Inoue. So, and is bringing in an interesting style, in my opinion. But I think for Picasso, he's going to come in, he's going to want to target the body. Inoue is going to be able to find it, and he's going to be able to catch David Picasso as he comes in. And again, if Picasso does want to slug it out on the inside with Inoue, which he probably might end up favoring his chances to do, it's not going to go well for him. I feel like Inoue is going to be able to force Picasso into a lot of mistakes, and Inoue is eventually going to be able to force Picasso into the fight that he wants him to fight, because that's just what Inoue is able to do with you. He's just able to dictate you, set traps, and you don't even bloody know. You don't even bloody know it. Inoue is a very difficult guy to be able to adjust to. A very difficult guy to adjust to. It's interesting. It is interesting in my opinion, because Inoue is going to be using his footwork a lot. But again, he's going to be on that inside, and Inoue is going to target the body himself. I feel like Picasso is going to target the body, and Inoue is going to be able to give it him back quite a bit, though, in my opinion. That's a big thing which I think could happen. But I think what Picasso needs to be careful of is he can't afford to be cautious, because Inoue will punish him that way. But again, if he's overcommitting a lot with his volume, then again, Inoue's eventually going to get his timing, and he's eventually going to get some real good, strong, proper counter shots through, which will be very dangerous for David Picasso, and it's something which he's going to struggle to deal with. But I think with David Picasso in this fight, he's going to get flashes of success. But with Inoue, he's going to be able to dictate the pace. And when's Inoue not being able to dictate the pace in the fight? Never. Picasso's going to get flashes, of course. He's got a style to be able to do that. But I don't think he's got the style to be able to dictate the pace and take over a fight against someone like Inoue. That's just not going to happen, in my opinion. But yeah, and Inoue's just going to be able to adjust mid-fight. He's very going to be able to do that. And Picasso, I feel like, needs to gain Inoue's respect early, which I think he's capable of doing. But the thing is, Inoue's always got that mental advantage over you as well, because he's going to have Picasso's respect before he even bloody lands a glove on him. That's a big thing. Picasso's been in there with good guys. He's taken big shots. He's not taking the shots of Naoya Inoue, and I feel like he knows that, but he's already gonna have respected Inoue. Picasso's not gonna have Inoue's respect straight away going in there. But again, Inoue will already have Picasso's respect. But when Inoue eventually cracks him, or Picasso sees the speed of him, that makes things interesting. Could Picasso crack? I don't know, but there could be a chance. There could be chances where Inoue gets to Picasso. Picasso could really favour the clinch and try and make it a bit ugly, and that's a route to going the distance for Picasso. I reckon there is a chance where, especially towards the end after the middle rounds, where Picasso's trying, but eventually Inoue ends up putting Picasso into survival mode, and that's how he ends up fighting the fight. But Inoue eventually does get to him and eventually does drop him. But Picasso will still keep on fighting surviving mode, and I feel like will survive the fight. But it's going to be interesting. But I feel like Inoue is going to be way too skilled. I feel like he's going to be way too smart. And I feel like he's just going to be able to adjust to everything that Picasso brings in. That's my opinion. Inoue, unanimous decision. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thank you all for watching.